Hello Cheap Shot Nation, just a quick message to Adrian the Lionheart McCallum's family. We're thinking of you. Tragic death that occurred this past week, where unfortunately it seems like he's taken his own life due to mental health issues. If you are suffering with mental health issues, especially in men, if you're a wrestling fan, footballer, whatever, don't be afraid to talk about these problems. There are people out there that can help you. You do mean something to people, and taking your own life is definitely not the way forward. But here at Cheap Shot Entertainment, we send out our love to his family and his friends, and being the current ICW champion, send out to all the promotions that he's wrestled for as well. Somewhere that we was hoping to go to and get tickets for in the near future. Absolutely tragic. Like I say, if you have problems, please talk to someone. Your life does mean everything, and this show is dedicated to Adrian Lionheart McCallum, someone who I've never seen but have heard a lot about, and I would have loved to see him in the ring doing what he does best.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
This is awesome!
Hello and welcome to Cheap Shot Entertainment, a slightly downbeat episode this week with the sad news that Adrian Lionheart McCallum took his own life this past week. He was the current ICW champion, and thoughts and love go out to his family and friends. Incidentally, on the Insane Championship Wrestling Facebook page, there is a link where you can donate to a GoFundMe page to raise money for Adrian's funeral. So I'd suggest you go over there and donate whatever you can to help his family pay for those costs. But we're going to take you through today everything that happened on NXT UK number 48. It came from just down the road from me. It was filmed at Download Festival in Derby. Technically I would say probably more Nottingham, but it's billed as Derby, so you know, hey, we got one over on Nottingham there, and it was obviously at Donington Park. Don't know how many episodes they're going to film there, but NXT UK came from there this week. Also, something that I've forgotten to do, which I shouldn't have done, is mention Gazza's Football Fun. He asked me to do a shout out for him on the channel, so this is your shout out, Gazza. Go and check that channel out. Little guy who absolutely adores his football, plays his football for Heanor Town and Forest, and he also plays for Derby youth team as well. But he loves his football, absolute quality keeper, and go and check out his channel. So that's my shout out to you. This episode of NXT UK was also filmed on, like I say, at Download Festival, but was released on the 19th of June 2019. And without further ado, you make sure you click that subscribe button, like the video, hit the notification bell to know when we upload new content to the channel. You can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and we're going to take you through everything that happened at NXT UK number 48 at Download Festival. So going into the first match of NXT UK number 48, it is the Wrestling God. Now, JBL hasn't returned and come back to NXT UK. It is Cassius Ohno, the second Wrestling God, trying to show the Brit wrestlers how to do Brit wrestling. But he is an absolute legend, Cassius Ohno. I love Cassius Ohno, he's brilliant. But he's going against Kenny Williams, someone who had a good run with the tag team of between him and Amir Jordan. Amir Jordan unfortunately is injured at the moment. It was Noam Dar that filled in for him in the championship match. They were so close, and then subsequently Noam Dar turned his back on his best friend of 10 plus years in the wrestling business, leaving Kenny Williams in his wake. So it's Kenny Williams versus Cassius Ohno. It is a battle of speed versus size. Of course, Cassius Ohno would want to use his size advantage, his strength advantage, and his hard-hitting manoeuvres. And of course, Kenny Williams would want to avoid those in any way he possibly can, using his speed in this match. And it was a battle that went back and forth. Kenny Williams did get a little bit of offense in, but it was unfortunately his speed that came back to haunt him, and a bit of wrestling knowledge from Cassius Ohno that got him the win. And it was Cassius Ohno who won after Kenny Williams got caught in the ropes as he was trying a springboard. Cassius Ohno pushed his feet out from under him, spun round, gave him an elbow to the back of the head, and got the excuse me, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, catching him with a vicious spinning elbow to the back of the head. Your winner in this first match is the wrestling god Cassius Ohno. Moving on, before Cassius Ohno could even make his exit, we get Imperium coming out to the ring, showing that they are absolute domination. And that's going to be my thumbnail. So it is now Walter, Bartel, Eichner, and the newest member of Imperium in Alexander Wolf. Yeah, really good little team they've got going there. One more man than the rest of the factions that are building up in NXT UK. Definitely becoming a faction heavy show. So they hit the ring immediately. They talk about how Imperium means dominance, and the crowd is very loud in Derby, as you'd expect. They're all tinned up, and after watching various rock and metal bands. Imperium newcomer Wolf says that they treat wrestling with respect, and they want to bring that respect and protect the legacy of the sport of wrestling. Walter then talks about Travis Banks having a title match, which is going to happen next week on NXT UK, and the Kiwi Buzzsaw then comes out to interrupt Walter in that statement and says, basically, bring everything you can, because the Kiwi Buzzsaw is coming for that UK Championship. Personally, I don't think he has a lot of chance, but there you go, because Walter is only just the champion, and in kayfabe terms, I don't think it would be feasible for Travis Banks to actually win this match. But you know, stranger things have happened, and I like Travis Banks a lot. So yeah, I'm all for it if he does. We go on to the second match now. It is my boys, The Hunt, who I've just drafted to my fantasy wrestling league into my roster. It is Wild Boar and Primate versus Gallus. And it would be unfortunately Gallus that would pick up the victory in this one, but the match starts broken down really quickly as the bell rings. Two guys are in the ring, two guys are outside the ring. They come back in the ring, and the all-out brawl breaks out. Of course, it was a couple of weeks ago when The Hunt had just beaten, just won their tag team match, where Gallus would come out and beat down the Hunt. So there's some bad blood here. Like I say, breaks down, and the usual tactics from Gallus, divide and conquer, does give Gallus the victory in this one. As the Hunt are on top, it would be Mark Coffey who would come round to the ring, throw Wild Boar into the steps, and that would be the end of him. And the 2-on-1 was just too much for the Primate. It would be a double team from Gallus that would take down Primate, as Wolfgang had Primate on his shoulders ready for the power slam. It would be Mark Coffey who would kick Primate to the back of the head before the power slam and the victory. The Hun gave everything. I'm really proud of my boys here, and they just fell short of a tag team that's been around since pretty much day one of NXT UK. And they give a beatdown to the Hunt after the match. Joe Coffey comes out as well to get the match, get the beatdown 3-on-2. When we see Dave Mastiff come out to make the save. The Bomber makes the save for Primate and the Hunt. I can see that becoming a thing, a 6-man tag match player. If Tilo was here, excuse me, hay fever today. So yeah, and Gallus retreat, obviously, because it's the Bomber. So 3 of my boys in the ring, standing tall. 2 weeks time, it is announced that Mustache Mountain will finally get their rematch against the grizzled young veterans for the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. And in a show where there's only a couple of matches, because there is a #1 contenders battle royal for the UK Women's Championship, that is now on next. So obviously in a battle royal, it's slightly different to a rumble. All of the competitors start in the ring and they get thrown out. And in a complete difference from, I was watching Wrestling with Regret. Hello, Brian Zane. Hi. Watching Wrestling with Regret, and he did a review of an old pay-per-view. I think it was not Cyber Sunday, Taboo Tuesday, the first ever Taboo Tuesday. And there was a women's battle royal there. And back in that sort of era, this is still post-2000, back in that sort of era, when there was a women's battle royal, they went through the middle ropes for elimination. In this one, obviously the women are now treated as equals. It is an over-the-top rope battle royal, and I've seen quite a few women compete in men's battle royals, Royal Rumbles, over the last sort of year or so since I've been doing this channel, and a lot of them have actually won and shown what they can do. The latest one being at the World Association of Wrestling show, Frightmare 3. The lady won that battle royal there, or was Rumble rather, at the end of the show. Anyway, I'm going to go through some competitors here because there are some surprises in this battle royal. So Zaya Brookside, Ginny, Jazzy Gabbert. Wherever Ginny goes, Jazzy Gabbert's going to follow. Kaylee Ray. Kanji is in this match. She had a WWE tryout. I was talking to her after that tryout, and lo and behold, she is there in this battle royal. Candy Floss, who has been pretty much a mainstay in WWE UK, but she also had a tryout. Piper Niven, Rhea Ripley, Isla Dawn, Killer Kelly, Rhea, who had a tryout as well. I think that's her name. If I've got it wrong, I'm really, really sorry. And Nina Samuels. So we've got some hard hitters in Rhea Ripley, Piper Niven, Jazzy Gabbert, and of course Ginny would have Jazzy Gabbert do most of the work for her in this match. Unfortunately, it would be Kanji who got chucked out second. I did pay attention to that because I really wanted her to do well in this one. Obviously just being used as enhancement talent, but you know what, when I spoke to her at House of Pain, she said that the experience and what she'd learnt was good enough to take away even if she doesn't get signed. So yeah, Kanji was out pretty early on. But we are left with Ty Brookside, Piper Niven and Rhea Ripley. Towards the end, of course, Jazzy Gabert gets taken out by Zaya Brookside in a turn of foul play. It was Piper Niven and Jazzy Gabert, I think, who were sort of fighting on the edge of the ring, and Zaya Brookside did a baseball slide and knocked her off the apron. Of course, Jazzy didn't go without a fight, and this led to Ginny being saved by Gabert from being eliminated, but was eliminated then quickly after she got back in by Zaya Brookside. So the last three then are Niven, Ripley and Brookside. And as Niven and Ripley are fighting on the outside of the ring, they both pull each other out. It's Zaya Brookside who hits a double drop kick to Niven and Ripley to pick up the victory in this one. But oh no, because earlier in the match it was Brookside who gave Kaylee Ray a Hurricane Runner outside of the ring, or sort of like a head scissors spin, and she went through the middle rope. She stayed until the right opportunity came about. She would slowly realise, that is, Zaya Brookside was slowly realised that Kaylee Ray was not eliminated, and she was behind her. It would be Kaylee Ray who would pick up the official victory here over everyone else in this match. Zaya Brookside looks absolutely distraught. She'd gone through all of the big names and thought she'd won. Kaylee Ray would spoil that party for her. It is now Kaylee Ray who has a #1 contenders title shot against blinking champion. Oh, who do live shows, eh? So yeah, Zaya Brookside looks distraught on the outside. Kaylee Ray spoiling that party, and she now has a title shot against Toni Storm for the NXT UK Championship. Really good show this week. Fantastic, really enjoyed it, especially the Battle Royal. Very well played out, told a real good story. Obviously you've got Ginny controlling Gabert almost like some great German robot in the ring, eliminating loads of the ladies out of the match, so Ginny could become champion or get the #1 contendership and win the match. That didn't happen. Zaya Brookside, again, great story, probably the smallest lady in this match, comes out almost with that victory before it was snatched away by the newcomer Kaylee Ray for that win. Like I say, great show, go and watch it, it's on the network now, and enjoy some British wrestling right here in Derby, because WWE don't know how to say Derby. It's Derby. Derby. D-E-R-B-Y. Derby. Not Derby. It's not a horse race. Anyway, we're going to go on to the outro now. And so that is everything that happened at NXT UK number 48. It was filmed at the Download Festival, which happened last weekend, and released on the network on the 19th of June 2019. Really good show, go and watch it. If you like this show, of course, do all the YouTube style to know when we upload new content to the channel. And the subscription button really helps us out in order to get us some type of funding, some sponsorship and things like that, so we can carry on doing these shows. We really enjoy doing them. Hope you really enjoy the videos. Go and follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and we will see you next time right here on Cheap Shot Entertainment. You have been the Cheap Shot Nation. I have been your host, Luke, and goodbye.